pandemic of 2020 has wreaked havoc on our health and the economy, but there is a silver lining as it relates to digital transformation. Digital transformations have largely become equalized as a result of the pandemic. I'm going to talk about what that means to you and how to navigate this new reality. My name is Eric Kimberling. I'm the CEO of Third Stage Consulting. We're an independent consulting firm that helps clients through their digital transformation journeys. And regardless of where you are in your transformation, whether you're just beginning in transformation or whether you're in the middle of one, perhaps you're in the middle of one that has gone off the rails, has burned through too much budget, or perhaps you have a complete failure on your hands, whatever the situation you're in, the pandemic of 2020 and the fallout from that has largely equalized digital transformations in a way that puts us all on even footing. So we're all on the same level playing field, and it's a great opportunity to get your project back on track, or if you haven't already begun your project, to start off on the right track. This is a unique time in the digital transformation space right now in that customers have all the leverage in the relationship with their vendors. It's a great time to negotiate or renegotiate your contracts, whether it's with your software vendor and or with your system integrator or value-added reseller. It's also an opportunity to take a step back and look at how you're using consultants, how much you're spending on the implementation, and really look at rationalizing that cost and making sure it's right-sized to fit your business and the economic realities today. So in a lot of ways, the current situation we're in the 2020s has allowed us to hit the reset button, or at the very least a pause button, to reassess where we're at and get the project back on track in a way that might have been more difficult to do had we not had this burning platform to change the way we're running our projects. Another thing we're seeing with digital transformations in today's day and age is that companies are being more deliberately focused on value, business value in particular. They're not just implementing big, massive deployments of technology for technology's sake. They're looking at this as an opportunity to make sure that they're improving their business and making it more scalable, more sustainable, and really focusing on those strategic things that are going to allow your growth and sustainability in the future. Technologies that allow you to be closer to your customer, to be more efficient, to better manage your supply chain, to better manage your employees. Whatever your priorities are, your hot buttons, your pain points, those are the areas you should be focused on as a business. And we're seeing less and less organizations doing these big, massive deployments with wasted technology that doesn't necessarily deliver value. So that's a big change we're seeing in the market right now, and a big opportunity for you as you go through your digital transformation is to focus more on business value. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, read any of my blogs, you hear me talk a lot about organizational change management and how important it is, and how the successful projects tend to focus more on change management, and the most troubled projects tend not to focus enough on people and change management. And a silver lining of the current environment we're in right now is that organizations are very focused on their people. How do we keep them safe? How do we manage attrition? How do we deal with layoffs we might be having? How do we deal with hiring large increases in our employee workforce if we're seeing surges in demand? Whatever the case may be, organizations are more focused on people than they have in the past. And that generally bodes well for digital transformations. So that focus on people gives us an opportunity to really springboard into a more effective organizational change management strategy and plan to ensure that we are fully leveraging that focus on people, and we continue that momentum and that continued focus on people as we go through our transformation. And I've included some links below that include some more information about how to manage organizational change in more detail. But in general, the focus on people is going to be a positive thing and a good equalizer for digital transformations in the 2020s. Another silver lining of today's environment is that organizations are focused more than ever on mitigating risk, making sure that they have an effective risk mitigation and management strategies in place. They have project governance and controls in place, quality assurance for their implementation, all the things that are meant to put sort of a guardrail in place to make sure that the project doesn't go off the rails, or that it doesn't blow a budget, doesn't take more time than expected, doesn't fail to deliver the business value that you're hoping for. All of those problems can be mitigated by putting up those guardrails via a risk mitigation and quality assurance plan. Now, this is a best practice that would apply to any day and age, but again, the current situation has forced a lot of organizations into a more risk-adverse in a calculated risk type of environment, which in my opinion is a good thing for digital transformations because it'll enable a lot of those quality assurance and risk mitigation best practices that companies should have had in place all along. So for better or for worse, that they haven't been in place in the past, now's a great opportunity to redirect and pivot and have more of a focus on risk mitigation. And the companies that do that well are going to be the most successful in their digital transformations in the 2020s. So the key takeaway here is that you're in the driver's seat. More than ever, this is an opportunity for you to take control of your transformation, whether you're just beginning your transformation in the early stages, whether you're in the middle of a ERP or HCM or technology evaluation, or whether you're already in the midst of an implementation. Wherever you are in the cycle, this is a great opportunity to reassess where you're at and recognize that you're on a level playing field now with other organizations going through transformations, but also with your vendors too. So vendors that you may have been overpaying in the past, or software subscription contracts that may have been too high in the past, now is a great opportunity for you to reassess those costs, to renegotiate those costs, and put yourself back in the driver's seat if you weren't already. So that's the good news in an environment that doesn't have a lot of great news. There is a silver lining here as it relates to digital transformation. I hope you found this information useful. I've included some information below, additional downloads. I encourage you to please subscribe to my channel and provide any comments below, anything that you have found to be particularly effective or some of your observations in today's day and age. Hope you have a great day and we'll talk soon.